Today, the zipper seems so obvious that it's hard to imagine a world without it. We close our jackets with a single movement. We open our backpacks in a second. We zip up our suitcases without thinking. But if you were at the end of the 19th century and suggested people replace buttons with a metal mechanism with teeth, you probably wouldn't be understood, because the world in which the zipper appeared didn't feel a pressing need for such an invention. For centuries, clothes were fastened in roughly the same way. Buttons were everywhere. They could be wooden, bone, metal, or decorative. Yes, they came off. Yes, they took a long time to fasten. Yes, they sometimes broke. But they had one main advantage. They were understandable. Everyone knew from childhood how to use buttons. No one needed to be told what to do. And in the history of technology, this is almost always the deciding factor. At the end of the 19th century, American inventor Whitcomb Judson noticed one simple thing. People with injuries, the elderly, and the sick found it difficult to fasten their clothes. He wondered, what if we could create a fastener that would close faster and require less effort? Thus, the idea of a mechanical fastener was born. Judson patented his invention and even presented it at an exhibition. On paper, everything looked convincing, but in reality, it was quite different. The first version of the fastener, it often jammed, broke easily, required precise adjustment, and was cumbersome. But that wasn't even the main problem. People didn't trust the mechanism. The button is visible, you can touch it. You can understand what's happening. The zipper, however, was like a black box. If something went wrong, it would be difficult to fix. Buyers preferred older solutions. People rarely want the best, they want the familiar. The zipper was ahead of its time, and it paid for it. The real hero of this story is engineer Gideon Sandback. He saw Judson's idea not as a failure, but as an oversight. Sandback literally started from scratch. He recalculated the tooth sizes, changed the shape of the slider, improved the materials, and achieved a smooth operation. He made the mechanism reliable, repeatable, and suitable for mass production. This was the key. At first glance, the zipper seems simple, but there's nothing random about it. There are two rows of teeth, a slider, and guides. As the slider moves forward, it gently connects the teeth, causing them to interlock. When it moves back, it disconnects. Everything works only because every element is made with minimal error. Too rough, and it will snag. Too loose, and it will come apart. This is high-precision mechanics disguised as a household detail. Like many technologies, the zipper didn't begin its journey as a fashion statement. It was first adopted by the military, workers, and shoe manufacturers. Because speed is important, reliability is important, aesthetics are secondary. When a soldier can dress faster, that's an advantage. The fashion world long regarded the zipper with suspicion. It seemed too industrial, too rough, inelegant. Buttons looked more refined, but reality prevailed. When zippers appeared on jackets, trousers, and jeans, people quickly realized the difference. Faster to zip, easier to unzip, it's harder to make a mistake. At that point, habits began to change. There are very few technologies that should work absolutely every time. The zipper is one of them. If it breaks, it's immediately noticeable, and often at the most inopportune moment. Therefore, trust in the zipper was earned over the years. It didn't win because of advertising, not because of fashion. It won because it saved time and made life easier. At some point, it ceased to be a novelty and became the standard. Today, zippers are found in clothing, bags, tents, even spacesuits from everyday life to space. And we barely notice their existence. The zipper is an invention that almost disappeared. It wasn't accepted right away. It wasn't understood. It wasn't considered necessary. But it's precisely these kinds of inventions that change the world the most. Because they don't demand admiration. They just work every day. And that's how the history of the zipper began.